This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 520. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Brian.
Hey, 4/5 of us are back. Jim at this point is kind of like a part-timer anyway, so we're just going to say we're a full cast this week.
Should we make Jim the intern now?
Yeah, Jim might be the intern. Brian, do you approve that?
I'd like to talk to Jim first.
Blake, do you approve it?
I'd like to get his opinion.
Isn't Jim still golfing on Tuesday nights?
I think he is in November. What are we in? December?
We're in December.
Jeez. Okay. In December? Yeah, I think so. In Cincinnati? That works. Mm-hmm. I feel like that could work.
I mean, we're close enough to Kentucky.
We are close enough
to... That is the South.
That is. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, here we're closer to Indiana than anything. I think we're actually in Indiana right now.
Indiana.
Or no man's land.
Obviously, you don't know it.
It's the Gary Shandling. It's the Gary Shandling show.
Oh, I thought you were singing the song Gary, Indiana, but changing the word Gary to Indiana.
Yes. Anyways, Jeff's back on the sound effects this week, so welcome back, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Yay.
It's a lot more difficult than I thought.
And now try it with fat fingers.
That's true. That would be tough.
He didn't have the right size fingers.
No. I needed the big palm fingers. Right. I needed beaver hands. That's what I needed.
Oh, no. Then you would hit like 8 buttons at once every time you tried to hit something.
I'll be honest. If beaver hands actually hit that, Doug would hit that, it would probably break the whole system.
Yeah,
the
we'd
mixer.
have to buy a new one.
Yeah. There would be no other question about it. I mean, it would be destroyed.
Before we get going, speaking of beaver hands.
Yes.
I've been given another bribe.
Oh.
Oh, he's reaching down.
So everybody knows we are recording the Floppy Awards, the annual 14th annual Floppy Awards.
Prestigious.
14th annual?
Sorry, 65th annual.
Prestigious Floppy
That's
Awards.
right. The 65th prestigious Floppy Awards, where we take bribes. We have like best superhero film, worst Pittsburghian of the year, which is the worst person of the year, the Worsley Award winner, we have a Canadian of the year, which is the big one that represents us. Yeah. Brian, his time is coming up on that.
Best Morris.
Best Morris. That's going to be up there.
We're running out of them, but
yes, they're not dying. We're just running out of them.
And unlike other award ceremonies, we're open and honest about our bribery.
It's encouraged.
It's encouraged, like the Golden Globes.
We're upfront about our corruption. We don't try and hide it.
Follow us on Bad Ideas Podcast. Send us a direct message, and we can tell you where to send the bribes. If you would like to send a audio in of your own award, you can pick a category.
You can create your own floppy award.
We're very
category.
creative. Home Video Hustle's doing it.
Nice.
Everything I learned from movies.
Stephen Izzy.
Sean from Pittsburgh Nerd. Stork. Brad from Old Man Brad.
Old Man
Tuesdays.
Brad.
Yeah. So we're just want to let you guys know that we will be having all of that
I'm Brad.
There you go. So send in your bribes quick. So
Yes.
what is this bribe?
I've been presented this as a gift to the podcast.
Okay.
It is a Bucky's hat
From Texas.
from Texas.
Who sent that in?
Texas Bucky's.
Well, if they want to be up for a award, a floppy
It
award.
was given to me by Dr. Dana.
Wow. She really wants to be Canadian of the Year again, doesn't she?
Yeah,
She was a former Canadian of the Year
she was.
with Doug.
Yeah, co-Canadian.
Co-Canadians of the
with
Year.
Beaver Hands himself.
That's right. We do have some good nominees this year, so bring your nominees, people.
Beaverham's never gave us a Bucky's hat.
No, he gave us ranch ice cream this year. Just want to let everybody know that.
Along with macaroni and cheese ice cream.
Which was
and
not as bad.
sweet potato something.
I will say
Ice
sweet
cream.
potato, macaroni, and cheese were not bad.
No, comparatively speaking, on the scale of, oh my God, why did I eat that?
Yes.
They were oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They weren't the ranch ice cream.
What nightmares are made of.
Yeah.
So that is anybody's for the taking if they'd like to take it.
It's a very nice one.
It is very
Bucky's.
Browns looking, Blake.
No.
I
I mean, it's got orange. It's got the Longhorns
yeah,
University of Texas orange.
yeah, same as
Hook 'em.
as Cleveland.
Yeah.
Is that the ones that they do? Is that who does that?
Yeah,
Hook 'em.
It does
Hook
have
'em.
brown on there.
Yeah, brown for the Browns.
Brown,
So,
flush it on down.
anyway,
There's
Hey!
silver,
Blake,
gray.
I do want to give the Browns props.
Ah!
No, I'm serious.
Oh, God.
They have a great outreach program for senior citizens to start at quarterback. I think that is a wonderful thing that they're doing, bringing Joe Flacco out of retirement.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's amazing. Good for
I mean,
him.
who
what
had
else are they
that-
going to do?
Who had that on their Browns card? Bingo card. Browns season bingo. I didn't have it, but I had that free open space where you can write in a candidate. I wrote that one in.
You know what? Next year we need to do a Browns bingo card.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just anything. What is going on over there? Are you getting paid? Man,
New sound effects.
it is new effects.
Apparently, I'm popular tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Jim saying, "Why didn't you pick me up?"
Flacco looked good for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And then it fell apart. I was watching the last half of that game. That was a little rough. He looked hard, like he was getting beat down in the end zone.
Well, you know, the for the past 2 weeks in a row, the Browns games have ended in spectacular implosion scenarios. So I didn't expect anything
True
less
to their
than,
identity.
You know, yeah, exactly.
We'll trade you Jake Browning for 3 number 1
I'll take
picks. 3 number 1 picks.
take 'em.
Okay.
Do they have any number 1 picks available?
He threw for
No, they don't.
last night against the Jaguars.
Yes.
He threw for like what was it 300
Almost 400 yards.
384, I think.
almost 400 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. And ran for
he
1.
rushed
And
for
ran
one.
for one.
Yeah.
I'll take him. I'll take him.
I was pleasantly surprised with the way that they played last night.
Not to get into NFL
Yeah.
talk here, but last night I was watching it, and the first, 2 possessions, I'm like, why is he Neil O'Donnell with a 2-yard pass? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Your whole system is based on spreading the field, right?
You
that
saw
was-
what
that was-
happened when they tried to do that against Pittsburgh, though.
That was the Zach Taylor rope-a-dope.
And it was, because it worked. And amazingly, once they start going more than 5 yards for passes, it worked.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? We have good receivers. Maybe they'll catch it.
You got Jamar. Oh, wait a minute. Jamar Chase is on my team?
Hey!
Throw it up to him.
T. Higgins is there? Well, we think. We don't know. We haven't seen much of him this year. My
Side
goodness.
effects.
I thought I lowered that.
You did not.
We told you to leave the bike outside.
Jeff's just riding the bike around.
Yeah,
it's a
he's riding the
unicycle.
bicycle around.
It's a unicycle. So, but yeah, congratulations to Flacco and the retirement tour. We appreciate it.
You know, why not?
I saw a picture floating around the socials today that said it was a picture of Deshaun Watson and then a picture of Joe Burrow.
I
And
saw that.
And it was like your franchise quarterback versus ours. And it's Watson like in a suite with his girlfriend, and the picture
Kicking back.
of Burrow with the headset on the sideline, like,
Holding the clipboard.
yeah.
Holding his Microsoft pad or whatever next to Browning.
Yeah.
To be fair, Watson
Yeah.
knows everything about football as it is, so he doesn't need to study anymore.
But you know, that's a $500 million of quarterbacks that are sitting out.
Trevor
not able
Lawrence
to
almost
play.
joined that crowd last night.
Well, he did.
He's out, but they said it wasn't as severe as they thought.
It really
It
isn't
looked
because
really
he's still on his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Oh, who?
the
Burrow?
$500 million comes later.
That's true.
It does. It does.
Well, I think Watson's making $800 million this year, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, he might be. Yes.
But I will say, in Watts' defense, I think this is the first weekend he actually wasn't on the sideline. Back at home in Cleveland, he was on the sideline with the earpiece in, looking like he was doing something for $500 million.
I need a massage tonight. Give me a
Yeah, that's
massage.
probably
If
what
he's
he was
been doing
doing.
it before, but it stopped now, it's like Joe Flacco didn't want him.
Well,
Joe Flacco doesn't need Deshaun Watson telling him what
That's
to
the other
do.
thing. Or it's like Joe Flacco's in there. He's your, as you said, old man quarterback.
Is it becoming more of a distraction than it is actually helping us try to win football games at that point?
Exactly. I mean, we know he's out. I mean, that'd almost be like bringing back Ken Anderson, sitting next to Browning.
On the positive, though, with you, Blake, you actually had a Super Bowl
Actually, that
champion
would be
quarterback.
Ken Anderson sitting next to Browning and Burrow going, here's how you don't get into the Hall of Fame.
I did watch.
Low blow.
I did watch this week
all right.
the NFL documentary about John Madden.
But by the way, go Bengals. That was a good win last night.
That was a good win.
Pretty
It was a
impressive.
good game.
Yeah.
It was a fun game.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I was watching the documentary on John Madden, and I'm not a huge John Madden fan. I think his announcing was subpar. But he brought entertainment to
I
it.
enjoyed listening to Madden.
The lunacy of his commentating was
A
good.
little annoying, yes. The bam, pow,
Yeah.
look what he does here. And he's like drawing all over the
Yeah.
board.
It was always fun when he talked about ramming it up the a-hole.
That's right. He was talking about
Turducken?
Well, they did say about the
He invented the
turducken.
turducken.
So he didn't.
What?
There was a company that had the turducken.
Popularized.
Yes,
the turducken.
CBS was like, I think it was CBS that it was first on. They went to this local restaurant or local butcher shop, and they're like, the one producer's like, what is a turducken? And they're like, oh, it's this thing that we make. It was a local one, so they gave it to they made one. They're like, can we get it for John Madden for the football game? Yeah. So that year they sold, I don't know, like 400 of them. Okay. The following year, the butcher shop sold 6,000 of them. And they said it's popularized it. But, I mean, Madden was influential in a lot of things. I forgot that he retired at 42 years old.
He retired pretty early from coaching.
And
But
thanks
then-
to him, we have Chris Berman.
Yeah. And
he was
anybody
terrible last night.
that coaches for the Raiders and that crazy old guy, Al
Davis, yeah.
It would force anybody into early retirement.
Yeah, he said he just was running out. Like, he just didn't have enough time for his kids and his wife. But it was very interesting. Like, I'm not a huge Madden fan, but it was really interesting just to see, and it was funny, like, Brett Favre, he had an uncle. It wasn't Rico. It started with an R. Say it's Rocco. Say it was Rocco. And I guess Madden was talking to Favre before a game one time, and Uncle Rocco had a big old sack. Okay, and like he was this good old boy from Mississippi. He's Brett Favre's uncle, and like it came out that he had like a big old ball sack. So,
okay? I thought you
Yes.
meant he was carrying a big bag.
no ball sack.
Mississippi. Yeah.
So it came out about that, and so Madden in that game, Green Bay, Reggie White sacks the guy, and Madden, they played the clip. They're like, "There's Reggie White with a good old Uncle Rocco." And so, like, throughout the whole season, anytime somebody got a sack, a good one, he would say, it's an Uncle Rocco right there. So,
awesome.
But it was very interesting. So, yeah. And then, they talked about his tour bus. He had the same tour bus driver for 23 years.
Wouldn't fly.
Yeah. He said there was a lot of turbulence going to Tampa one time, and he said if this lands and I don't die, I will I will find another way. I guess they were taking Amtrak, but it was taking him 3 days to get from California to New York and vice versa. So they're like, we can't have you do that. So they rented Dolly Parton's van or bus,
Tour bus?
Yeah, and ever since then he's like, that's what I want. So it was a good thing though. It was an hour and a half.
That's right. He smelled Dolly's rack there in
Yes.
the back where she sleeps and
Yes.
said, "This is heaven for me."
This is me. They did interview Roger Goodell, so that was wonderful too.
I know he's your favorite. Did they talk about the video games?
Yeah, they did. They were talking about how
I would hope so.
They said, I guess originally, like the very first one, I think it was in 89, I think they made it, or 93, I forget which one. And they're like, well, for the graphics, it's going to slow it down a little bit. We don't want, we're thinking about not doing linemen. And John Madden went to the video game guys. He's like, I'm sorry, what did you say? He's like, we're not doing offensive linemen or defensive linemen. We think it's going to be too difficult. And he's like, you will do offensive linemen and defensive linemen. And he's like, if it's not 11 on 11, it's not football. So don't put my name on it. So they said, okay, we'll do it.
It's not that 3-on-3 Atari football that originally came out.
That's a great game.
It was.
The football was a block.
Yeah, exactly. And your 3 football players look like alien space invaders.
Yes, they did. And then you played the baseball game, and all your outfielders moved at the same time in Atari baseball. It's no River Raid. That was the best one.
Yeah, that was great. Like the ball is hit to the gap, so you start moving your center fielder to get it, and it goes to the right fielder.
He had another inside the park home run. Golf was another bad one too. Remember that with the little sketchy golf club? God, I hated that one.
I did not play golf on the Atari.
We tapped it in. We're a foot away from the hole. You didn't. You missed. What?
Basketball was just as bad.
Yeah, the square basketball that nobody could do round.
The stick figure basketball players.
Yep, 2-on-2, like how basketball should be played.
The only realistic sports Atari game I think was probably bowling.
I never had bowling
because it was just a ball and 10 pins.
I was thinking circus. Maybe that was realistic.
I don't think that's considered a sport.
For the Atari, it was. Decathlon. Decathlon was really good later on. So,
I wonder how many joysticks broke from that?
1,700 in one day. You just kept shaking it back and forth. I'm hitting it. Brian, did you watch anything this week?
I watched not the newest episode of Bass Reeves. I saw one behind on that.
Still digging it?
Love it.
Great.
That was really it. I didn't really.
My wife and I have to get caught up on that.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It's up for best for the Floppy Award for best new TV show this year.
And I did read an article that they are bringing it to CBS.
Really?
So you don't have to have Paramount to start watching it.
Oh,
because CBS is desperate for something.
Yeah, I mean they had a pretty good bout of success with doing that with Yellowstone. So I think that's going to kind of be their thing, like on the popular.
You might as well.
But
I do apologize, Brian, on the poll because we had 3 or 4 polls for best picture or best TV show of the year, new TV show. I forgot to put Tulsa King on it.
Huh?
That's a good show.
That
was a good show. I apologize for that.
I'm used to you sliding me.
Well, we can put it in
things that I like.
This is just a fan vote of it.
The fans aren't going to get a chance to vote.
But
yes
we could,
on that.
Even though I'm a fan of it.
But you're a host too.
That's okay.
Okay.
But I'm a fan first.
I might vote for Tulsa King with you.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'll let you know I'm not voting for Tulsa King.
Okay.
Just like
two things.
Just like you messed up the title last week.
I don't know what I did about that.
2 things. I want to watch Bass Reeves.
It's a good show.
But I can't get my wife to stop watching Outlander, unfortunately. And
She
2,
likes looking at the peen.
that's right. Speaking of Tulsa King, wasn't he just in the news? Didn't they just like move back to Philadelphia or something from California?
You mean Tulsa?
No, Rocky.
Yes, he sold. They sold all their house in L.A., but they moved to Florida.
Oh,
Is this
Florida.
Stallone?
Yeah, Stallone.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the TV show.
No.
About Rocky.
How are you
Yeah.
making Tulsa King?
It's about
It was
Rocky
in
and his
Philly.
3 daughters. I mean, that's
I
what they're
gotcha. I gotcha.
They're going to relocate the reality show, right?
Yeah, so they sold their mansion in California to Adele.
Oh,
She bought it.
I did hear about that.
I would love to hear that conversation.
For a lot lower price than they were asking for.
I'll give you $3 million.
No, it was like 200 and something million. But
I'm sure it wasn't. She paid less in UK pounds than US dollars, which is actually more than dollars, right?
Yes.
So one of the big
It's like-
sticking points with that deal is that he wanted one of the Rocky statues that was there to come with him, and she said no.
What?
Yeah, she was like, "No, I'm buying
the whole
it."
house.
Can I get my statue of myself? No, I I like the statue. I'll give you an Adele statue.
But what's funny is in the documentary on Netflix, part of it is like going through it. Like they don't ever mention it, but like the whole thing, like they're kind of showing him like packing up California, and like he has all these different like statues.
Yeah.
And at the very end of the documentary,
All of himself.
of his characters, like the Rocky one, and then he has
Oscar.
He does not.
Rambo.
Yes.
Stop or my mom will shoot.
No.
Still Getty.
They did talk about that in the in that documentary, because they were talking about like him branching out from like this, being like a one trick kind of guy doing like a Rocky, and then that was it. So like that's when he started doing like other stuff and
comedy and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Rhinestone.
they didn't talk about that.
like a rhinestone cowboy.
The highlight of his career, he got to work with Dolly Parton, and they didn't talk about it.
Yo, Del, that's fun. You can keep the Rocky statue, but I'm taking the Still Getty statue. I'm taking it with me. No, you're not.
But
Sounds like Megan.
at the very end, like of the documentary, like it shows like a moving company putting a Rocky statue on a moving truck.
So you got one statue.
So I don't
but
know
not,
if he had like another one made or if he has multiple of them.
Adele actually put it on the moving truck and then burned the moving truck just to spite him.
Well, didn't she make major demolition and remodels
Oh,
of it?
she definitely like went in and like
If I'm paying $200 million
Yeah,
for a
like
house,
for the amount of money you paid, you're like, why are you making that many changes? It should already be move-in ready.
well, to be fair, she got it like $100 million under original
that
asking.
makes it nice.
So like she had a little bit of a budget
Yeah.
to like do some stuff.
I always like when they in House Hunter.
She brought in the Magnolia Network.
Chip, Joanne, come in here. Come in here, Chip, Joanne.
Well, okay, we'll put shiplap on everything.
Hey, I'm Chip. How's it going?
Adele lost her British Cockney accent. What's up with that?
She goes back and forth. She's like Madonna. Sometimes
So I
Madonna's
think
British.
what you might have seen in the news about that was that they opened a like a Rocky store in Philadelphia, and like he was there for like the opening. That's what was just recently in the news with him.
Have you ever been to the art museum at the top of the stairs where the statue is? Have you been there?
I have not.
You should make a pilgrimage.
I plan on it.
There you go. Document it for the Hobie.
I always like House Hunters when the people are buying like a similar thing. They're buying a $5 million house and they're like in like Iowa. So, it's like, it's a true $5 million house. And they're like, we're going to have to demo the kitchen. We're going to have to demo the living room. I'm going to have to put a whole new pool in the backyard.
Then why even buy the fucking
Exactly.
thing in the first place?
The cabinets are white. I want black. Repaint them? No, I'm redoing it all.
Ripping them out.
That oven is 2 years old. I can't have it.
That annoys me.
I can't.
Then why'd you buy the place why'd you buy it in the first place if you don't like anything about it and you're changing everything up? Go find something you liked and then buy it.
Or the opposite end. Oh my God, I'm going to have to paint this room.
Yeah.
I can't paint.
Well, that's I love when like Property Brothers or something seem to be the biggest thing. They'll show people because obviously they're going to do some work on the house that you buy. People are going to walk in and like, this is an ugly color. Like, why are you looking at the color? That's going to change.
The color is the
Size of the room, the layout. Does this work?
No
Does the
offense,
flow right?
The Property Brothers helped you buy this house for $20,000. Nothing's left after this. You see that little corner over there? That might be here.
It's like, that's shag carpet.
We're going to have to tear out this load-bearing wall.
I always like them. Well, I can buy this house for $20,000. Then Property Brothers are like, well, it's only going to cost you $500,000 to get it up to standard. What?
They do that little math thing with the ticker on the screen.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Be fine.
Resale value.
Yeah.
$501,000.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I made $480,000 profit. No, you didn't because you paid $500,000 for remodels. You have $1,000 that you made on this. Simmer down.
Rough.
Okay. Anyways,
I like to love it or list it.
fuck them. I hate that show.
I like
That's a
that show.
fucking
I hate
bullshit
it.
Show.
I love that show.
Hey, Blake,
Alright.
it's always the last house they find that they like.
No, it isn't.
No, it's or they
I've
get
seen
to
them go
remodel.
back to one.
Whoa.
They're like, "Oh, this house is so great, but it's out of our budget. Show us others." And then they're like, "We'll go back to that one we liked."
Whoa.
After you do the renovations for my love it part, we're
Yeah.
going to list it so we can buy house number 1.
The woman on it is leaving.
Oh.
Oh, I know she started her own show.
Is
So.
she listing it then?
Yes. Where's the... There you go. 17 years she's been on that show.
Wow, 17 years. That
I can't say in either.
17 years
do
or
another
seasons?
3, huh?
Seasons, sorry. Seasons.
Couldn't do
So
it
like
after
4 seasons, 4 years.
I don't know how many seasons they do in a year, but
Probably
at least 2.
I hate that show, though, so much. I can't stand the host, either of them. It's so fake, and I just fucking hate it.
Did you ever watch the spin-off, the Love It or List It 2? Same thing, just different hosts.
Yeah.
That didn't last too long. Because people love Hillary and
stand it.
David.
I hate them, too. I hate it.
How they're just snarky at each other. And
It's
great.
Speaking of David, I did watch In the Kitchen with David on the QVC network because this is my favorite time of the year to watch the QVC network. I never buy anything, but it's all Christmassy. And In the Kitchen with David has a 2 to 2.5 hour show every night. And my kids and my wife were like, please stop watching this. I was like, no, I love a good or bad salesman. I love it. And
so David is which? Good or bad?
both. Yes. The best part is QVC is now making movies that you can go to QVC.com and watch. It is amazing. They're like bad Hallmark.
Are there like floating price tags on the set decor?
Movies about
that would be
selling
pretty cool.
stuff?
But
Or it could be like interactive where you can pause it and click on something.
And
just
buy
go-
it.
and buy
yeah.
it.
Yeah, the whole movie. They go through the shopping scene.
Would you like some tea? Oh, I have this kettle from India, special 2-part color. Yeah.
man,
we
that's-
have to go to the store and do a montage of trying on outfits.
Time out. It's
If
not-
you like an outfit, pause and can link to it.
they break in the fourth wall every 5 minutes.
It goes sit on a couch, the price pops up. Couch, and then the end tables.
It is QVC, Blake. It's not Tea from India. It's going to be Tea from Indiana.
Oh, sorry.
It's QVC. No, they showed previews of it, and David's like, it was so much fun. It was in August we were filming this, and we were all bundled up because it's a Christmas one. And but it's funny, they showed clips of it, and I couldn't stop. I watched for an hour. It was amazing. And they're like, let's show another clip of this movie. And they showed it, and she's like a small-town baker, the lead, and every one of the salespeople that are on QVC, they would have a cameo, and they would come in, and David would be like, oh my goodness, these cookies are amazing. I can't believe it. And she's like, have another. He's like, I shouldn't. And then they come back and they're like, we have these cookies for sale right now on QVC. I was like, wow. So yeah, QVC is trying to get into the Hallmark Channel thing.
I did see something, a meme online, saying the most unrealistic thing ever shown on television is a small town in a Hallmark movie. It's like they all live in these beautiful big homes, and they all meet at the town square every night.
Or the library.
Yeah, this person owns a bakery, and this person owns
the coffee shop.
a little shop. Blah,
And
blah,
they're
blah.
all open still. They haven't gone out of business.
And they have no idea what meth is.
Small town meth? Nah. That would be funny. Hallmark show. She falls in love with a meth head.
Yeah.
And she, at Christmas
They go
time,
back home and like
Meth
it's
dealer.
trailers dotting the countryside.
I'm addicted to snow. Oh, really? Like, I love the snow, too. No, not that snow, honey.
Ice.
Yeah,
some
sorry.
ice for
Snow
it.
is cocaine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, snow. Sorry, my bad. I'm addicted to the ice. Really? That's a weird thing to be addicted to.
Yeah, that's meth.
My bad. My bad. So, anything else anybody watch this week?
I think this is the season, Curse of Oak Island. They're going to get really close to the treasure.
yes, they are. They're going to get close.
What is the treasure?
buttons?
Gold,
Buttons?
coins,
Silver coins and gold
shiny
buttons.
baubles,
Silver coins and gold buttons. That's
top
what we're
pocket
doing.
finds.
Ooh.
Pocket lint?
Yeah.
Nice.
What is a pocket find?
Top pocket find.
Okay.
Reach in your pocket. What do you find?
Lint?
You know, I like they have what was it, Robert Legge? I can't remember.
Robert Lejeune?
No, Legge.
Robert Loggia?
No, Legge. He's a local black.
R as in it's Robert Loggia.
Oh, it's an oh my god, it's Robert Loggia.
Yeah. And then he's the
B
blacksmith.
as in by God, it's Robert Loggia.
He's the local blacksmith that they go to.
Robert
They
Loggia?
show them all the iron spikes that they collect from the island and piece of island and stuff. And
Maybe the whole thing is just
the
spikes.
thing is, the guy speaks Canadian English, and they subtitle him.
Well, yeah.
E as in everybody look, it's Robert Loggia.
As a blacksmith. Not to burst your bubble, spoilers.
And he's
they
got
don't find anything.
And they don't go visit him anymore. They bring him in, and he apparently he gets paid very well for his cameos because he's got a nice leather cowboy hat that he wears now onto the show.
Is it kind of like Pawn Stars when they just bring experts in?
The leather cowboy
he's
hat.
a real expert.
Okay.
It might have just grown on his head when he walked into Texas. I hear that happens.
Could be.
Hats
But,
do grow.
The thing I love about this show is everybody's wearing T-shirts that has some kind of cheap backdoor sponsorship on it.
History of bad ideas.
Or ball caps. I paid
Like
for
a
that, by the
Buc-ee's
way.
ball
That's why-
cap.
yeah. Or ball caps where everybody's got their stuff on there, and it's like, yeah, okay.
You should.
Yeah, you see the Hobie cap. I'm the one that paid for that.
You need to send that to them.
You're right. I did. That's why they're wearing
Oh,
it.
we need a Hobie trucker hat next year
Exactly.
for the
I'm
expo.
on it.
For the expo, October 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets now.
We need a
Well, not
Hobie
yet.
chef's toque.
Oh, I like it. Is it worse than flip flops?
Well, no one can read the flip flops.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
And we
October
should
18th.
sponsor a Hobie gun and knife table. So in between all the gun and knife conventions they have there, we can just stay
We're
keep
just-
it there and then swap it out with
That's our corner.
fungo pops and knives and guns.
Of course, we screwed it up and we actually bring Funko Pops to the gun show. Is that a grenade? Yes. Yes. I've always wanted to throw Archie. It's fine. October 18th through the 20th. Get your tickets soon.
And fishing tackle gear.
And also, there's PopCon since I PopCon in April. Get ready for that. They're going to be making some announcements on that soon. So, should be a fun
Time. It should be a fun time. You just said it should be a fun
It should be a fun
time.
a fun time.
Fun time.
Fun time was had by all.
Yes. On Twitter, we're at Bad Ideas Podcast. Follow us. We had Twitter poll of the week. Twitter poll of the week.
Or X poll of the week.
Nope, it's always going to be Twitter.
Who is the most evil Christmas movie villain? Oh, very similar to our
Top 5 list.
Not really similar at all. I mean, unless you
Well, if you like Christmas movie villains.
villain, yeah.
we had Mr. Potter from It's a Wonderful Life. Fuck you.
Mr.
Potter.
Not Harry Potter.
Oh,
Fucking hate that movie.
oh, I thought it was Harry Potter. I voted wrong then.
We had Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween.
Scut Farkas from Christmas Story.
Oh, man.
Scott Farkas.
No, it's Scott.
It's Scott.
Scott.
I looked it up on 2 different websites just to make sure I wasn't wrong. I always thought it was Scott too. And Frank Cross from Scrooged. Eddie Murray. Bill Murray.
Well, he wasn't the
Baseball players.
he wasn't the villain. He was the hero of that
He's the
story.
villain for most of it. He was stapling antlers onto mice.
They needed mice
They need
with
a
horns.
stick.
Well, most people agreed with you. 14% voted for Frank Cross. He'll make you jump. In third place, Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And then winning 36% to 29%, Harry Potter from Wonderful Life beat out Scut Farkas. So there you go. There is your poll of the week.
You said jump. You made a Kid and Play reference.
There you go.
No, it was a crisscross reference.
Crisscross.
Or crisscross
Yeah.
reference. Same thing.
I didn't make a
whatever.
house party reference.
Well, you should have, because you've seen Kid and Play. They look really old now. They didn't age very well.
Nobody does. Nobody gets out of this alive.
It's not good.
No.
That's my goal, is to just get out
speaking
of
of
this
that,
And I think
alive.
Chris Cross didn't age very well either.
Speaking of that, I meant to share this and I forgot, but I came across the typical social media posts, but it was like paparazzi photos of David Caruso. Like apparently, like
recently,
yeah. So like he's been like he kind of just disappeared. Like he hasn't been acting, he hasn't been doing.
That's
anything.
what I mean. Why is there paparazzi around David Caruso?
Because somebody saw him and then they decided, oh my god, we haven't seen that guy in forever. So like this is news now that he goes to the grocery store and gets gas in his car, because literally 2 of the pictures are of him pumping gas.
Yeah.
And
they like to hang out at gas stations, I think, because you always see where are they now? They're pumping gas.
And like he's probably gained 75-ish pounds. And
in his hair or everywhere?
Like his entire body.
Oh, okay.
He's probably lost his hair.
And he's grown it long. It's like down to his shoulders.
I thought his hair was fairly thinning already.
It's thinning, but he's growing it out.
It's like the old Jerry Rice when he got cornrows start halfway in the back.
So I'm like reading this and I'm like, A, okay, how is this considered news? And B, like people are like, oh my god, he looks terrible. He looks so old. He's almost 70.
Yeah.
Really?
Like he's 67.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's like, and some of the comments, like there are actually like semi like smart people that are like, you realize that things like this happen when people get old. Like this is the natural progression of life.
But you're old.
You know, when you get old, I don't know, start looking old.
Right. And it's like
Jimmy Smits doesn't.
Kid and play.
But like, so like,
come to my house party.
I saw it somewhere, and then like later than the night, like it came across that like the New York Post picked it up, and I'm like, why?
What is the New York Post?
I know,
to
but
be fair,
like, still like that's a fairly like too popular of a news
quote unquote
organization that shouldn't be running with that.
There was one a couple weeks ago. I don't know, all blurs together. Like Ben Affleck going to McDonald's, and they had a story about how he really loves McDonald's, and they had like a collage of all the times he went to McDonald's in the last month. I'm like, who the fuck cares? Like,
because you got to pay the paparazzi one way or another. I mean, that's probably how they got Caruso at the gas station.
Yeah,
I guess the question, he gets
out of the car. Like, he's at the gas station. Click, 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 click.
He's still living in the L.A. area, I'm assuming. Yeah. I guess that's if you still live in that. If you don't want the paparazzi, you move somewhere else.
But it's like in the last maybe we'll say 8 years since I don't know how long it's been since he's like been done on CSI or whatever he was in. But it's like, I mean, like you're just now like, so either someone like recognized him and finally like it's like, holy shit, that's that guy.
Yeah,
he doesn't look like that anymore.
Oh my god, that's Frank Wynn.
I gotta take a bunch of pictures of him.
He looks different. Click, 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 click.
But it's like,
I was just thinking they should come out with like CSI retired, and it's Caruso in a retirement community solving problems like who stole the one driver out of so-and-so's golf bag.
Ready? Yeah! I think there's been a murder. Actually, she was 89 years old. She died of natural causes.
So what you're saying is they need to bring David Caruso into the next season of Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, I can imagine some great golf cart chase scenes.
It would be funny that every death in the old CSI is natural death.
It's blamed on an alligator. Or natural death.
They died. We have to investigate. Yeah, it was natural causes.
Yeah.
Well, we do live in a nursing home.
I think she died of natural causes. There was alligator teeth, and there was 16 bites into her. It was natural death. Natural death.
Alligators are natural.
That's right.
CSI retired. Case of the missing dentures.
Let's see here. Anything else? Okay. Blake, we got some listener feedback over there?
Oh, yeah. Here we go. You ready?
Yes.
Because we don't have that on a button yet.
Not yet.
Listener feedback brought to you by I'm digging the new MLB draft schedule for 2024.
Reds have the number 2 pick.
Guardians got number 1. Reds got number 2.
Yep.
There you go.
Sweet.
Wow.
It's all lottery now.
Is it? I was wondering. I'm like, I didn't realize they were that bad.
Yeah. I think it's...
Yeah, the Guardians were good last year-ish.
They had
The Reds were far better than everyone thought that they would be.
Yeah.
Maybe they got tired of Pittsburgh always being so bad. You can't keep getting the number 1 picks and fucking them up.
Oh, so they went to a draft or a lottery. This is new to me.
Yeah, so I got the news from Dr. Bednar, who stays on top of these things. And I guess, what is it, to discourage tanking all the time?
Yeah.
Like Tampa Bay did for so long.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Nationals.
So it's all lottery, right?
Oh.
For draft order.
Okay.
It was. The Padres.
You think Patrick Ewing's going to be picked first?
But the simple fact of the matter is, in baseball, high draft pick don't pan out. It's not like in football or basketball where you've got the can't miss.
Matt Bush was a sure thing. That did not go.
A lot of number 1 overalls that didn't.
No. It's usually the teen, like the teen numbers is when you start getting the good players that kind of fall like 10 through 20.
I think Bryce Harper worked out.
Bryce,
Did he?
He did. He put together.
Okay.
Adley Rutschman's working out.
I want to.
Yeah.
Now I got to check. For some reason, I think I saw something that like Ken Griffey Jr. is the only number 1 overall draft pick to be in the Hall of Fame.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Now, granted, Bryce Harper will probably make it.
Harper should make it.
Yeah. But sometimes these teams are drafting into like the late teens.
Yeah.
For
Well,
like
it's no
high
longer
school kids or
18-year-olds,
18-year-olds,
17-year-olds, and that they're drafting.
You're really going on the prospects.
Who was it that just signed?
Yes, $82 million.
Yeah, and he hasn't stepped foot in major leagues, like
Minor leagues, anything.
no.
Oh no! Yes, sorry.
So
yes.
they signed him when he was 16,
Yes.
or drafted him or whatever, and then he's never played in the majors, and he just signed like a 5 or 8 year, $82 million contract. And he's never seen a pitch in a Major League Baseball game.
Who's this?
And this isn't like coming from Japan or
I'll
something.
find it.
No, no, he's not from. No, I can't, but I can't remember the name.
Was not from Korea or the Dominican Republic?
Maybe the Dominican Republic, or somewhere along those lines.
Jackson Chourio, Chourio, signs $82 million deal with Milwaukee.
I thought it was
8 years.
8 years, $82 million. Well, granted, I mean,
Well,
$10
million a year is
not much above what they,
He could start the 2024 season in the major leagues. The 19-year-old has played only 6 games above the AA level.
AA. Yeah.
There you go.
So, but I mean, so baseball with that stuff is way different than all the other sports. Granted, their rosters are far larger. Well, when you account for majors through minors, and compare it to like an NFL team,
And
well, they just cut down the minors a couple of years ago too.
Yeah.
In 162 games.
Yeah.
He was a minor league player of the year twice. He received a $1.8 million signing bonus when he was drafted in 2021 out of South American country. I can never say it. Starts with a V.
Venezuela.
There you go.
Which means,
Vuvuzela.
which means Little Venice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just going to call it Little Venice from now on. He batted .283 with a .338 on base percentage, 22 home runs, 91 RBIs, and 44 steals in 128 games with AA Biloxi and AAA Nashville. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Yep. So, what do you got for news of the geek? Or I'm sorry, listener feedback there, Blake.
News of the Geek with that first reporter.
Eight hands.
Nickel.
7.
Oh,
Eight hands.
Beaver hands.
Formerly known as
Chili Billy.
Postman.
Delivers thrice.
Delivers thrice.
Doug.
Dad.
Doug. What is the one thing you want for Christmas this year?
I want to be stopped asking what do I want for Christmas.
What is the one thing you want for Christmas?
And you may never get it.
This is Christmas. I want Christmas shoes.
What does that mean?
It means he wants to hear the song Christmas Shoes over and over and over again.
Shoes! My mom's dying! I'm going to put them on, but I don't have enough money. Seems like a you problem. I'll take up. You never heard that song?
I have not.
It is the most awful song ever. The kid doesn't have enough money to buy his dying mom Christmas shoes, so the guy behind him gives him money to get through, and he runs home, and if I don't hurry, I may not have time to put them on her before she meets God tonight. Like, jeez, oh, piece of shit song.
Oh, now that
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing.
Patton Oswalt has a really good comedy bit about it.
Yeah, I think
too.
you shared it on our Facebook
Yeah.
page
It's
a
amazing.
month ago or so.
Fucking song. I would like a PlayStation 5. My son has one.
Listen, bribes.
Yeah, I need a PlayStation 5, people.
In that case, cheesecake.
Good call. Brian?
I would like a chair for the studio.
Okay. Blake?
I want world peace. And
Fuck that. What else you want?
Stabilization.
What else you want? Are you in the Miss America pageant? How come you can't solve world peace? Idaho, Miss Idaho. My bad.
Just stop using oil.
If we just had potatoes for enough for everyone.
I'm gonna glue my hand to that sound effect mixer if you don't stop using oil.
Just keep it on there. What do you want, Blake?
I told you.
World peace?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you go. Aren't you a great man?
Let me rephrase. I would like my own chair for the studio, so I don't sit in Jim's when he is suspended, and I don't have to use a aluminum folding chair on those days when Jim is here.
Okay.
Would you like a butt cushion for that chair? It might be easier.
I mean, at this point, I'll take what I can
You do
get.
have to steal it from my 7-year-old because he steals the chair to play his PlayStation 4.
Yes, the last 2 weeks I've walked down the stairs and just looked at him and said, up.
And he gives you a side eye every
And
time.
he's like, no. And I'm like, get out of this chair. And then he eventually gets out of the
After
chair.
you hit him.
Well, I mean, he is a small child.
He's
so
7. Go ahead.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He
heals quick.
he bounces back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, next.
The Pop Culture Cafe at TPCCAFE_EH. Eh?
Pop Culture Cafe.
Is that a new handle for them?
I think it is.
Well, they are Canadian.
Eh?
What is the worst amusement park ride you have ever ridden?
Trying to decide what makes it the worst.
Okay.
Like, there's like boring rides, like, a merry-go-round. They all suck. And you
just
just
go
go
around.
slowly around in circles, especially the ones that don't at least go up and down on your horse. Those are terrible.
Okay.
But are those the worst? Is it like the most disappointing? Like, I know we've mentioned before the Adventure Express roller coaster that was here in town.
Oh, jeez, yes.
Where like there was just build up to nothing.
Yes.
Or is it one that hurts you?
Ferris wheel?
So my 2 will be Flight of Fear, because it's inside and it's in complete and utter darkness.
Oh, I love Flight of Fear. That's one of my favorite rides at
That's
Kings
the
Island.
last roller coaster I've ever ridden.
Outer Limits, Fight or Flee.
7 or 8 years ago.
Love that one. Love
Fucking
it.
awful.
I love it.
It's not in complete darkness anymore, is it?
No, they light it up now.
But the last time
Pussies.
when I 1000% I am a pussy for that ride.
Yeah, no, I wasn't calling you that. I was calling them for a
I
pussy.
legitimately cried.
Really? I love that ride.
I was
fucking
disappointed like
hate
the
it.
first time I went on it because I thought it was supposed to be pitch black, but you could see the little lights from all the emergency exits lit it up too much, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
It is cool that you go like 0 to 60 like instantly.
Oh, that shot to start is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. And then the other one is like it's probably at amusement parks, but my experience was at a carnival, like a parking lot carnival.
Oh no!
But it's like one of those where you like lay down, like you're on your stomach and your like arms are out.
Yeah.
And it just like goes like in a wave kind of thing. So like you go up and then it drops you down. So it's like you're flying kind of thing.
Okay.
But it was like a carny ride, and
A carny ride.
like I like sliced my elbow open on it. So like
You had to lay down and puke?
no, I was literally laying
to
out
bleed.
and like blood was just like coming like off of my elbow, like blowing back on people, like as I'm like going, and I could just see like my elbow just, and I'm like,
Close your mouth behind me.
can we end this?
Can't do it.
So I have a giant scar on my elbow from that.
We gotta let the whole thing run.
I ain't done smoking the cigarette yet.
The worst one was just this year when we went to Disney was fucking dinosaur. That is a fucking horrible ride. Two of my kids cried.
Isn't that an attraction?
Well, what makes it bad? Is it?
It's boring.
It's boring. Okay.
Like you're on this big thing, this big dinosaur. No, you're in a time machine, but it's like this big van basically with the top cut
Wait,
off.
is this a Scooby-Doo ride?
or is this the Shazam?
Shazam! Get in the car.
You're in a topless Winnebago.
This time machine with like 16 other people. You're just sitting there, and there's like an empty seat at the very end, in the back row, and the whole thing is that you're trying to get this dinosaur back in time. Like you're trying to bring it back for some unfucking reason.
So the empty seat is for the dinosaur?
My thought is, I looked at my wife and I was like, "Oh my god, how great would it be if like they had like a mirage, like a little image or something?" No, they didn't do fucking anything with that thing. And then like it's black, and then like it's dark black in there, as opposed to light black. And basically, you have like you go up to the dinosaur scene. And it's like thundering and lightning, and there's like this
very, very
horrible dinosaur carnival type attraction, and then you go to the neck, then you move a little bit, you go up and down.
Dinosaur carnival attraction. What
it looks like it's from a carnival.
Knock the milk bottles over.
Then you go to another
is trying to
dinosaur.
throw with his little arms.
They have another dinosaur coming through the trees, but it looks horrible. And then you like go some more, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is awful. Where are the dinosaurs?" And it's like, for a dinosaur ride, there's not fucking dinosaurs.
Fun fact: you were the dinosaur the whole time. You didn't like it.
Title. But it is awful. It is horrible. Supposedly they were changing it to Indiana Jones soon.
Oh, but that's fucking great. That's a step up.
But
well, then they'll add dinosaurs.
it is awful. I fucking hate it. It was awful. I can't stand it. No, I'm out.
Yeah. Mine was the Disney as well. Two of them actually.
Which one?
It's a tie between the tram that takes you from the car in the parking lot to the main gate. There's no air conditioning. It's slow. It stops all the fucking time. You're waiting for people.
Yes.
I hated it.
You're supposed to take the monorail.
Monorail.
That's one rail.
That
Put
was
Shelbyville on the map.
I couldn't afford those hotels.
Oh.
I didn't have.
No one can afford those
I
hotels.
didn't have a firstborn to sign over to Disney.
Well, you do,
Like
but
Doug did.
you have a grandkid.
Yeah. His soul is clean still. The second one was It's a Small World.
It's a small
Talk
world.
about a shitty song and stereotypes. Come on.
And it never ends.
It's a
that
tiny
fucking ride. I agree with you. That thing just keeps going on and on and
Something
on.
that's supposed to be, it's a small world classic video. You sit through it and you're like, Jesus Christ. This
22 minutes later, we're still going.
You've heard It's a Small World over like 50 fucking times.
Yes.
It's horrible.
And then you get out and you're like, I need to buy some Small World merchandise. Damn it, it worked.
And there's no air conditioning.
No. There's a guy walking around naked, though. Did you see that in Disneyland Small World?
Well, if there was a naked man walking around, I would consider that a worthwhile addition.
There was a 25-year-old man
attraction.
at the Small World attraction in Disneyland. He got out of the boat and started walking. First off, I'm not walking in that water with clothes on.
No,
I'm
really.
not fucking walking naked in that
Nasty
water.
shit.
And then people were like, stop, there's kids on this ride. And then other people were like, can you just put clothes on? Obviously he's not. You're going to have to do
Obviously,
something.
there's a problem here.
Yes.
But
He's just expressing himself.
I want to go back. They have an indoor ride at Disney that is not air conditioned.
No, I don't remember any AC. It's an big open. It's
a big open
space.
dome
You can
area.
come
I mean,
in and
yeah.
go through it.
But it's still indoors.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't think it's air conditioned.
I mean, that was the point I know locally at Kings Island, our Enchanted Voyage ride, which was, pretty much the same thing. You took the boat. The only reason to go on that was because it was air conditioned.
Same thing when Top Gun came out. You remember that when they had that at Kings
Yes.
Island? That was like an awesome ride in my opinion.
It was.
Or whatever, but it was also because it was inside and it was like you waited in, the 500-hour line long while it was a million degrees to go in there and cool off.
I will say the other reason to not like rides, like Brian got hurt on one there, or just rides that are painful. I remember at Cedar Point, the Mean Streak.
I don't remember that.
It's a wooden roller coaster, but it just shakes you so much that, like, you're dizzy
whiplash
for the
and back
whiplash and neck problems and dizziness for the rest of the day.
Yeah, Vortex was like that.
I never had a problem with the Vortex.
That's why I like the Velociraptor so much. It was smooth. I couldn't believe how smooth it was, and it knocked my socks off. I had a really good time riding it. But
that's,
yeah, that was the first roller coaster I really got on after about 10 years because I was up here at Kings Island. Was it the Halloween, whatever thing that. And I was on
Halloween
I forget
Haunt.
what I was on. My neck and back just got completely fucked up.
Were you as old as David Caruso when that happened? Okay.
You weren't 67.
I wasn't 67.
You look good for 67, Blake.
Apparently, David Caruso does not,
He looks good for 97.
according to the internet.
That's right. Whoa, in there? What else you got, Blake?
From Nicey at Nicey 72.
Niecy.
Yes, I know. I'm doing my Jason.
Oh, sorry.
I need to get a gift for a gift exchange at work and thinking of buying a tabletop game. My coworkers are younger than me and may not have much experience with games. What games do you recommend?
It's a tough one because, you don't know how in-depth of a game. So you want to get something that's broad and general enough.
Stork had a good answer to this.
Oh,
Codenames.
Oh, Codenames is a good one.
Codenames is a good one.
I like Codenames.
Ticket to Ride. I think Ticket to Ride is pretty easy to pick up and play.
I played Telestrations.
Telestrations would be a good
Played
one.
that. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
We need to play that sometime. Telestrations is a good one.
Speaking of Ticket to Ride, I'm now on the hunt for the Legacy version.
If you
they got me.
They got
I want to
away.
buy.
do a
I wanna buy.
bourbon tasting before Telestrations, it's even better.
I don't like bourbon.
Whiskey?
No.
You should have said yes, and we would have.
I'd like to change my answer to the first question. Bourbon.
Oh,
For Christmas?
Yes.
a pyramid scheme again this year?
Yeah, I might
or-
try to run that back this year. See what happens.
You don't have much time.
I will recommend it's not more. It's less of a party game than the ones we mentioned, but I think fun and simple enough. It's a game you and your family own was Planet.
Planet's a good one.
Planet, I think, is a good one.
The one
Oh,
you
look,
got.
the mochi's coming out.
The one that you got my kids, Lost Woods, is a good one too. That's a good, easy pick up and play, and it gets you into a fantasy world.
Well, that's
I like
why I
that
gave it to your kids.
Yep, it's a good game.
I wanted to get a game to have your kids play, and a game that uses all different type dice, all different sided dice.
My youngest now wants to play it.
Well, you should want to play it.
Let's see here.
Because you get to roll D12s. Any game that lets you roll D12s is a good game.
What else you got here, Blake?
Corrections from number one fan Doug. Jason, there's no S in Kroger's.
What? It's Kroger's.
Okay, well, we've talked about this years ago anyway. And my response will be the same then as it now as it was then. There might not be an S in Kroger, but there is an S when I add it to the end to tell everyone I am going to shop at the store owned by Kroger.
Gotcha.
It is Kroger's store. So, yes, I'm going to Kroger's.
It's a lot of powder on that thing.
It's like if I was going to the store owned by Jason or whatnot, I would be going to Brigger's.
Yes.
There's no S at the end of his name. But if I'm going to a place owned by him, I would add the possessive S.
Thanks, Jeff. What else?
I would not shop at that store.
You're not invited.
Right.
You're not allowed renting here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just call it Den of Brigger.
Oh. What else you got?
From Jason Starshik at Agent Palmer. Dun, 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 dun. What contemporary band would you like to release a new album? Why is it the Rolling Stones? Well, I guess he answered the question for us already.
Guns N' Roses.
Didn't they just release something new?
The
Rolling Stones, yeah.
So do we want them to release another new album? Is that
I
what
think it
he's
was before
asking?
that came out. Maybe that was because of that.
Maybe they asked this question because the Rolling Stones just came out with a new album.
Yes.
Yes. To be honest, also, I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Rolling Stones named their newest album after me.
Brian?
No.
Dogs?
Nope.
What is it?
The Hackney Diamonds.
Hackney. So I guess we answered your question.
But we didn't.
Oh.
Nobody answered what contemporary band they would like to
I'm
have.
going to say Bon Jovi.
There you go.
That doesn't surprise me.
Even though last week you said you saw him and his voice sounded terrible.
It does, but I still want to know.
But he didn't say one of the live album. Like in the studio, they can do tricks. To make him sound good
He
again.
doesn't have to sing, but
Well, not because I'm a big fan of their music, but just because of the current situation. I'd say Hall & Oates.
oh, that would be fun. And I want a documentary
suing each other?
I want a documentary about it too.
Yeah, and restraining orders and all kinds of shit's going down between Hall & Oates, man.
What else?
I'm still trying to think of a band.
Can all of us answer the
I
question?
thought you did.
Yeah,
No.
I thought you said Hackney Diamonds, Rolling
That's
Stones.
the name of the album that the Rolling Stones just released.
I'm trying to think. I'm not going to probably pick a band where like people have passed away or whatnot because that's not
Feasible.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want any cheap replacements in there either.
No, it's not the same thing, you know. New album. You know what? I want to hear something new by the Go-Go's. I'm picking the Go-Go's.
Hey, we got the
Beat.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the beat. Yeah. That's all I know. And I barely knew that.
The beat. We've got the beat.
Yeah. What you got, Brian? This is why we were.
It's not like I'm gonna say U2, but it's been 6-ish years since their like last actual album came out.
How many albums does U2 have total?
Too many.
Yeah.
They have
Over under 20?
Under 20.
Yeah, it's
over
probably
12.
14, 16 maybe. If you don't
Well,
count.
yeah, are we counting live albums and stuff like that? I don't.
Because they released it, right?
Well, yeah, but outside of they did release a live album of all new material or almost all new material
In
with Rattle and Hum, but
So they remastered under
Pressure.
Under a Blood Red Sky that just recently came out, and then they had the Songs of Surrender, where it's like it's kind of like a biography about like each song. Kind of it's not new. It's nothing new. I'm talking into the microphone. I can hear it in my ears.
I can't hear it.
You don't have to point at this. I know.
I'm hearing it fine.
I can hear myself.
That was Jason reaching across.
Okay. What else you got, Blake?
From Professor Number One and Dr.
I can
Number
hear
One.
that. Please stop.
I just want to make sure that Jason can hear me loud and clear now.
That's why I don't wear earphones. The Pop-Tarts Bowl will have its first edible mascot,
What?
with the winning team
Yes.
taking a bite of the giant pastry mascot.
It's a giant Pop-Tart.
What would Hobie's edible mascot be? Pez, Oreo, ranch ice cream, or something else?
It's got to be Pez, right?
I was going to say Oreo.
Okay, maybe it is Oreo. We've gone to Oreo.
Although I'm fine with the Pop-Tart. You know, I'll just eat the Pop-Tart mascot.
I would do ranch ice cream just to make people suffer like we did.
Oh, good point.
I think if we're doing mass consumption, I think I've consumed a hell of a lot more Oreos this past year than I have Pez.
Yeah, I agree.
I would be fine with Pez or Oreo, but to go off of these options, I could also say a Reese cup.
Ooh.
That would be nice.
You know what would be good?
Yes.
Mochi cakes.
Handmade mochi from Yuki and Love.
This looks horrible.
Part of
Oh, they're squishy. Oh, God.
part of our.
Oh, there's jelly?
Oh, God.
Oh. I
yeah.
thought these were like cakes or something. These are jelly like.
I don't want to do it.
Oh, no.
These are part of the almost the end of Sister Pam's bribe. We've been holding off on these, so we're getting down to the.
No.
They look like mini powdered floppies.
They look like giant Turkish delights. Turkish delights are not good.
So these are taro with creamy filling.
Oh, there's a filling in it.
Oh, my God. I'm going live on Facebook so we can all puke at this.
The packaging made me think it was going to be like
Let me see the package.
a
Brian, let me see your
Hostess
package.
cake or something.
Like a Twinkie.
Yeah.
Oh, my
these
God.
are-
Like a mochi Twinkie.
And look at
but
this.
It's not.
They're squishy.
These are a gel with a powdery.
Yeah, take a picture of what they look like. Twinkies on the front there. And then
It is not Twinkies.
Now floppy it.
all
Floppy
right.
it around.
Wubble,
Grab one
wubble,
end.
wubble. Here we
Look at
go.
that. That's disgusting.
It looks like you're eating a slug.
There's the inside.
Oh, God. What
You
the
know, honestly-
fuck do we do for our show?
It's not bad.
It's very tasteless.
Yeah, most bugs are.
Except for the powdered sugar part.
Oh, there's
Well-
one left for Jim. We'll save that one
We'll
for
save
Jim.
that for Jim next week.
Oh, God.
I
It's
mean,
really not that bad.
yeah.
No, it's bad.
It's not.
No,
There's really not.
It's like you're eating rubber.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's not a taste.
Not even rubbery.
No.
It's gelatinous.
Yep.
Yeah. I just thought like this cream filling would have some flavor to it.
Like
I mean,
if you ate a stretched
So-
monster, this is what it probably would taste like.
I assumed that it would have a coconut flavor based on the coconut on the box.
It has no flavor.
Right. So it's really not that bad.
No, I think I can't get over the texture
It's-
of the rubber.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. It
A
is,
rubbery mushroom.
yeah.
the second bite was worse than the first.
Just going to take a second bite.
I don't know if I want to finish this off.
Oh, God.
It's really
No.
not that bad.
No, it is.
No, it's
No, it is. Give me the water. Sorry, I had to put it down.
If our floppy awards were edible, this is what I think they would taste like.
Oh, my God.
Well, they are floppy.
I mean, that is the nasty. Oh, my
So
God.
I vote for this is what our mascot would taste like.
Oh, my God. That is.
I will say that I appreciate.
Why are you still eating it?
I got no else to put it.
In the garbage over here.
There's no bag in that garbage can.
God. No, that's bad.
No, it's not.
How can you say that? Did you eat all of it?
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong? What's wrong with you? Look at that thing.
It doesn't taste bad.
Oh, God.
It's because you don't like the texture of it.
Yeah, the texture is
But
awful.
The taste of it, there isn't really anything there.
Oh, I can't. This is the most awful thing I've ever had. Well, no, never mind. Ranch ice cream.
Yeah. I'm about
Thanks,
to say
Doug.
the taste kind of reminds me of Raising Cane's chicken fingers. As in, there is no
isn't one.
taste.
What's that thing that we got that had like the stretchy cream in the middle? That was awful. Was it from Korea or?
I don't remember what it was. I just remember, that was terrible.
Yeah, I feel
that's
like-
what I was anticipating.
I think
so.
that was another mochi thing.
It was another
I don't
mochi
even know what
that
that is.
Jim got from
Jungle Gyms.
God, stop it.
Stop the mochi.
Although now I'm out of water because I had to
Me too.
choke that down.
No more mochi.
I'm cleansing my palate with a Java chip Oreo that there was, I think, 2 left. Thank you, Blake,
You're welcome.
for leaving one,
I tried.
at least for me.
I see you got into those last week when I wasn't here.
Oh my God.
This one, before he
hot.
even put anything down or took his coat off, had that wrapper half filled.
Like when you bite into this mochi, like the middle kind of looks like the undersea monster that you would come out like with a tentacle, like if you're in the deep part of the ocean.
You know what I was thinking it looked like?
Anemone?
Yes.
And you're certainly not going to want to eat it after I say this.
Butthole?
No, it looks like you're about ready to pop a zit.
Oh. Well.
It looks like the
What?
the what do you call it, the cream of a zit.
The cream.
Jeff, give me some news of the geek music.
Oh, now I need to find that.
Oh my God. Pam, that was not good. That was not good.
The only thing so far.
Yeah.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Okay. Jeff, you might know this.
Okay, false.
What television episode
Okay.
had the biggest percentage of Americans watching it? Biggest percentage of people watching it. It's from 1960s.
Oh, if it's from the 60s, I would guess the birth of Little Ricky in I Love Lucy.
Good guess. But no, 65% of people with television sets were tuned into the giant jackrabbit when Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies mistakes a kangaroo for a jackrabbit.
That's not what this news...
I know. I found it today.
Oh.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
So more people were tuned into that episode of...
Yeah, Beverly Hillbillies.
Or at least percentage-wise than, like, say, the finale of MASH.
Yes.
Which was the highest of all...
Yeah, percentage-wise, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Of course, only 12 people had TVs back then, so, you know. Let's see here. Per Fox News, where Brian gets all of his news from, police in Sanford, Florida, Sanford and Son, said Angelique Dion Glenn, 31, was arrested Thursday after a couple mistakenly paid for her bottle of wine at the gas station chain. A woman who was with her boyfriend told police that Glenn had accidentally placed her wine bottle with their order. Accidentally. Once the couple realized they paid for the wine, they asked for a refund. Fox 35 report. Glenn allegedly became agitated and told the couple, quote, "Why can't you just pay for my bottle of wine?" Police said. She then began to threaten the woman and her boyfriend before taking a wine bottle and striking the woman in the head with it. Glenn carried on striking the woman's boyfriend over the head with the wine bottle and knocking him out. Wow. Citing, Glenn allegedly continued to make threats toward the woman's boyfriend. He was knocked out. What are you saying to him?
She's 2 for 2 with a 1,000 batting average.
Yes.
You're talking about first-round draft picks
That's
for
right.
MLB.
She's 31, a little old for baseball, but that's okay. Threatening to kill him and attempted to hit them with the wine bottle again as she was retreating to the parking lot. This is the best part. According to the police, Glenn then called an Uber who refused to drive her. So she left the gas station by foot. She was arrested on 2 counts of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and booked at the Seminole County Jail.
I would like to see security footage of how she slips an entire wine bottle on a gas station counter while you're paying for your items.
Yes.
I don't get it.
There's only like 2 inches on a gas station counter.
People
Everything
are
else
probably
is like
standing
lighters.
around talking to each other, not paying attention to the stuff, and she just kind of...
Or is that door that they shove out that you can't reach into? You got to put your stuff in
Yep.
and they bring the door back in?
Yes.
I mean, how do you fit a wine bottle in there?
I'm just happy that Florida is becoming less sexist, and they can have Florida women stories now
Yes.
than just Florida men
That is true.
stories.
That is true. Per ABC 7, where Jeff gets all of his news from. Oh, just batting up the hatches here with this fucking piece of shit. One day in December 2017, actress Felicity Huffman, I loved you on Sports Night, was driving her daughter to take the SAT while keeping a secret from her. The high school student had no idea her mother had paid $15,000 for someone to falsify the results. Felicity Huffman said, quote, "It felt like I had to give my daughter a chance at a future. And so it was sort of like my daughter's future, which meant I had to break the law."
Hasn't she heard of Nepo babies?
Yeah. In exclusive interview with Eyewitness News, Huffman spoke about her participation in a nationwide scandal involving dozens of wealthy parents and a college admission consultant who used fraudulent means to help kids get their kids into college. Quote, she was going, my daughter was saying, "Can we get an ice cream afterwards?" Fuck you. No, she wasn't. "I'm scared about the test. What can we do that's fun?" And I kept thinking, turn around, just turn around. And to my undying shame, I didn't. Once college admission consultant Rick Singer's activities were discovered by investigators, 33 wealthy parents faced federal charges in Operation Varsity Blues. I don't want your life. They were accused of...
want your bribe.
I don't want your... No, I want your bribe.
Your bribe.
They were accused of conspiring to use bribery and fraud to get their kids into top colleges. Besides Huffman, 2 of the most prominent names were actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, designer Mussolini Giulliani.
Mussolini
Massimo Giannulli.
Mussolini Giuliani? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Not even Giuliani? Like the other person that has that name?
Singer served as their middleman, receiving millions of dollars to help inflate test scores and even bribe school officials. He would eventually cooperate. Well, no shit. Providing evidence against many of the parents he had assisted. He has since been sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. Felicity Huffman said she didn't reach out to Singer intending to break the law. It took some time before he revealed his scheme. Quote, after a year, he started to say, your daughter is not going to get into college that she wants, any of the colleges that she wants to. And I believed him. And so when he slowly started to present the criminal scheme, it seems like, I know this seems crazy, but at the time, that was my only option to give my daughter a future. Hindsight is 20/20, but it felt like I would be a bad mother if I didn't do it, so I did it. Fuck off! Fuck you.
You know, you could just make a donation
I've been saying that since
to
this
the
came
university.
out. Yes.
Isn't that how it normally works?
I bought a library at USC. Oh, my daughter's in. Shocking.
Shocking.
Fuck her.
Or you can say, here's money for some NIL quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's how it works.
And I'm sorry. No. She was fine. Months later, the FBI was at her door. They came into my home. They woke my daughters up at gunpoint. Then they put my hands behind my back and handcuffed me and asked if I could get dressed. She was stunned. The scene seemed unreal. I thought it was a hoax. I literally turned to one of the FBI people in a flak jacket and a gun. I went, is this a joke?
I mean, did she tell them that?
And they said, no, we want to see if you can dress yourself while you're handcuffed.
That's what I was going to say.
She pleaded guilty to federal charges and served 11 days in prison. Oh, my God. And paid a $30,000 fine and performed community service. She also apologized. Quote, I think the people I owe a debt and apology to is the academic community and to the students and the families that sacrifice and work really hard to get where they're going legitimately. Then why didn't you fucking do that and teach your kids to do that?
Well, their kids learned. She taught them a lesson.
Fucking assholes. Right. This woman, Lori Loughlin, Mussolini, fuck them.
Okay, my question here.
Now, look who the real victim is. Finish the sentence.
Huffman's daughter was turned down by every college she applied to during the scandal. Then she retook the SAT and earned her way into Carnegie Mellon University.
Carnegie Mellon?
When she's in the drama program. I'm sure she's going to be a
She needed high scores for that SAT, for that drama
program. Drama program. Fuck off.
But my question is...
Piece of shit.
Does the FBI regularly wake teenage girls up with their guns drawn?
I don't know. I'm all for it in this case.
Actually, I do remember seeing a news coverage about this on how they went in and got these people.
Yeah.
And you would think that they were violent criminals, like the Unabomber stuff. And I'm like, I mean, can you... it's like they get a hard-on to go do this stuff.
It teaches them a fucking lesson, though. I'm fine with that.
No. Think about this for a second.
Well, not my kids. I'm just talking like Huffman herself.
I'm saying the way they actually went in and raided these people's houses and arrested them. It's like, these aren't Unabombers. They could have easily said, here's your date and time, turn yourself in. Yeah. You're under arrest. And I guarantee you 9 out of 10 would probably show up and do it as they're supposed to. Instead, you waste taxpayer dollars and probably shock the shit out of some kids when the FBI dudes are in your fucking bedroom with gunpoint. And your mom's in her 9:29 a.m. in her robe, not dressed, and they put handcuffs on you and say, get dressed.
Which is kind of funny.
That's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up.
Think about
it. Go get dressed. I have handcuffs on? I'm a magician.
Or just say, you're under arrest. Can you please get dressed? We're going to handcuff you. I don't think Felicity Huffman's going to be that violent.
No, I don't think so either.
Resisting arrest type person.
It's like, okay, you're showing up. You have the guns ready in case, but I mean, you're not expecting. Did your intelligence lead you to believe that Felicity Huffman and family were violent criminals?
I mean, I have seen Fargo. William H. Macy is pretty tough.
He was in Jurassic Park 3. He fought dinosaurs.
Was he on that ride with you?
Waiting for him to show up.
Is she still
even
married
in Fargo, he was like the wimpiest criminal ever.
I'm just saying, he knows what they are too.
Right. He's just a used car guy. All he did is change some numbers.
All right, yeah,
right.
Per page 6, where Blake gets all of his news from. Yeah. Sony Pictures has been attempting to get a Sinister Six movie off the ground since the mid-2000s. Idea first came up before The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was released, with the 2014 sequel meant to set the stage for the team of villains to assemble in a spin-off project. Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker was set to be the sixth member of the team, after being folded into joining their ranks by resurrected Norman Osborn. It
sounds like we dodged a bullet on that one.
Well, not yet. Let's see here. The whole thing could have been a disaster. Sony executives agreed, hence why a deal was struck with Marvel Studios to bring Spider-Man into the MCU. Let's see here. With a slate of live-action spin-off movies comprised of Venom, Venom 2, Morbius, and upcoming titles like Madame Web, Kraven the Hunter, and Venom 3, none of them which include Spider-Man, we won't be surprised to learn that Sinister 6 is back on the table. According to Scooper
Meat
Daniel
is back
Richtman.
on the menu, boys.
According to Scooper Daniel Richtman, Sony is currently developing the project which will feature its spin-off characters.
Scooper.
Venom, Morbius, the Vulture, Kraven the Hunter, Rhino, and Ezekiel are among... Kraven the Hunter... Kraven the Hunter, Rhino. Bob?
Who's Ezekiel?
He was great on The Walking Dead.
I think he's Scorpion, isn't he? I don't know. No, that's
Then I think they would have said Scorpion.
That's Max. Sorry. Are among the possibilities of being on the team based on the characters we know currently, or soon will. It's unclear what the Sinister Six was assembled to actually do to get their kids into college. I didn't think my son would get into college. Morbius, you're a doctor and a vampire. You're fine. I'm Kraven the Hunter. How come my daughter's not in college?
Look at me. You will enroll my daughter in your college.
Kraven.
Yes, Morbius.
Kraven, you live in a lion's den. I can't accept your daughter. She's never gone to school before.
Do you or don't you want a live petting zoo?
Welcome to USC. A live petting zoo was donated by the Kraven family.
We have a lab of goo. Your Venom's going to donate to your laboratory for study.
I think we have a lab of
Goo.
goo right here.
Made mochi.
The Vulture has a little nest up there at the USC.
Venom's made of mochi. That's what we decided.
Probably.
Right. Do you or don't you want a lifetime supply of fresh eggs from the Vulture?
He keeps shitting on me when I'm going to class.
He is a male bird. He's not really laying eggs.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I could take this and run with it, but I'm going to stop right here.
Sony's may well talk Tom Holland to playing Peter Parker, probably not. Perhaps the multiverse, Spider-Verse is going to be a factor, but Garfield's variant seems like a better fit for the project.
There you go.
Sure, why not? I don't fucking care. Sure.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right. I guess we'll get to read all about what's not doing well. Quit playing with your food, Jason.
Sorry.
It doesn't bounce.
It doesn't.
All about what's bombing at the box office. Per 411 Mania, Wish grossed $42 million domestically and $81.6 million worldwide, and are awful numbers against a $200 million budget. This one is going to be a money loser and may be able to make it to $65 million domestically. Better than last year's Strange World, but still a bomb by any measure.
That didn't work out too well.
No. And this one doesn't look bad, but I don't plan on seeing it myself.
My kids enjoyed Strange World last year.
I don't think I'm the target audience for Wish.
No. My kids want to see it, too. My kids want to see it. My two youngest really liked Strange World last year, though. It wasn't as bad as everybody thought.
You better hurry up, because Wish probably won't be out much longer.
Or we just wait 2 months so it's on Disney+.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if I want to watch it on Disney Plus, sure. But I mean, yeah. That's not like going to the theater to watch a movie.
That's true. It's cheaper. What else you got?
That is true. The top 5 this week, number 1, Renaissance, a Beyonce film, made $21 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
How's that compared to Taylor Swift's weekend opening?
Not well. Taylor Swift made like 90 million, 80 million.
Did we know how much that cost her to...
20 million to make.
Okay, so Beyonce here obviously had too many producers to...
And writers.
Producers and writers.
So, and they all had to make money.
She had 20 million in just producer fees.
She probably had 200 million just producers.
All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
I'm assuming this is a concert film.
I don't know.
Oh, we don't even
But
know
it still
that.
made number 1, though.
Yeah. All the single ladies.
Coming in at number 2, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, made $14.5 million, a total of $121 million on a $100 million budget.
Over $200 million worldwide. I think it's over 250 actually.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. And they were able to make an action adventure movie for $100 million.
Yeah.
So you don't need to spend $300 million on an action movie.
But they couldn't finish with Divergent.
Well, yeah. Would you have finished Divergent if you were in charge?
No.
I really wish that they would have, though. The first movie was awesome.
Okay. What about the second?
It was okay, but like you could see where could see where they were going, and it like. But after the first one, we were so excited for that because the books are awesome.
How many did they make?
2.
They made two.
They made 2.
And then the third book was supposed to be split into 2 movies, and then that didn't happen. And then they were originally trying to film and release on like a made-for-TV movie, and then Shailene Woodley, she was like, "No, like I'm not." No,
I'm done with that.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Like if you're not gonna do what I signed up for, like when I signed on for this, like then I'm not interested.
I never watched the first one in whole, but for some reason I never understood why they didn't like the public transportation. It was like everybody was jumping off the rails. I don't know. I didn't get it.
Well, it's Amtrak. It takes forever.
Yeah.
72 hours.
I mean, they couldn't wait for it to come to a stop.
Nope.
They were all jumping on shit off of it.
They were train jumpers.
I was like, you pay for that ticket, you know.
Might as well wait until
the train stops.
Get the full experience.
Get off.
I got you. That wasn't it. Dang it. I was trying to do the over. Sorry.
Keep your fingers off the buttons.
Sorry. My bad.
Number 3 this week. Number 3 this week, Godzilla -1 made $11 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $15 million.
This is a Japanese film that came over. It's made 20-something million worldwide. Looks good. It's got nothing but great reviews.
So this is the one without Godzuki.
Yes.
So Godzilla -1.
Yes.
No Godzuki.
No Godzuki. Thank you.
The sequel, Godzilla +1.
Yes.
With Godzuki.
It's about him going to a wedding.
Oh, I thought the sequel would be Godzilla -2.
No. They did release Godzilla X Kong.
I'm still perplexed.
The new one. The new trailer. No, that's Monarch.
Oh, Monarch.
I'm talking about the new movie for Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
It's on our Facebook page. And Godzilla looks like he's in great shape. He is running a lot in it. He looks like Tom Cruise as a monster.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got the arm pump going?
Oh, yeah, he's got it.
Arm pump?
If the next one was Ghidra, is that Godzilla +1 or Godzilla +3?
3. I don't know. The new
asking Jeff.
the American movie.
I don't know. When do they add Mechagodzilla?
Ooh.
I think I've had that last time.
Is Mechagodzilla fully electric?
Boogaloo.
What about Mecha Streisand?
Oh, she's the big.
No.
The Godzilla and Kong team up to take on a underground secret society of giant apes, and I'm like, is this Planet of the Apes? Like, hold on.
Wait,
I'm serious.
What?
I'm done talking about it.
Okay, moving on.
That sounds like one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
But it gives us a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Number 4, Trolls Band Together made $7.6 million, a total of $75 million on a $95 million budget.
Why is this a $95 million budget?
Did you go see it?
Yeah, I saw it at the drive-in. It was fine. It's better than the second one. That's about all I got. So I want to talk about it with.
Put it on the poster. And as we mentioned earlier, Wish comes in at number 5 with $7.4 million, a total of $42 million on a budget of $200 million.
Napoleon's out of the top 5 already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No one liked Napoleon.
No. In real life and in the movie. What do you got, Jeff? Come up.
Upcoming on December 8th of 2023, The Boy and the Heron.
The Boy and the Heron. It's an anime film. A young boy named Mahito, yearning for his mother, ventures into a world shared by the living and the dead. There, death comes to an end and life finds a new beginning. This is a semi-autobiographical fantasy from the mind of Hayao Miyazaki.
Not Mussolini.
No.
Okay. Sure.
Also coming out, Eileen.
A woman's friendship with a new coworker at the prison facility where she works takes a sinister turn.
I think I saw this on Cinemax back in the 90s.
This is
Dexy and the Midnight Runners.
It's a documentary. Come on.
Can't say come on anymore.
Come on, you.
It's just
Come on, me.
Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. What is that from the Clerks?
Clerks, yep.
also coming out this week. There are like 9 movies coming out this
Yeah, but
week.
they don't count because they're all limited.
No, they're not.
We don't have time for them. What's the other major one?
Poor Things.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
The incredible tale about the fantastical evolution of Bella Baxter, a young woman brought to life by the brilliant and unorthodox scientist Dr. Godwin Baxter.
Oh.
Emma Stone,
Oh, yeah,
Mark
that's the
Ruffalo,
Emma Stone one.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
It's limited with 3 A-list Hollywood celebrities.
Simmer down, Brian.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a big news thing.
Yeah, but we got Mojito coming to hang out with the living and the dead.
in the Dexys.
I mean, there are others, but I'm not allowed to talk about them because
You know what?
they're all limited.
Yeah. You're going to be limited.
Your mom's limited.
She is. She's 79 years old. Great. Way to talk bad about a 79-year-old. Jeez.
What, is she hanging out with...
David Caruso.
She's pumping her own gas. Okay. We got top 5 music coming up. Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite characters from Christmas movies. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Fa la 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 la.
Thank you. So top 5. Brian, you go first.
All right, mine number 5 will be Ricky Schroeder as Robert Lee Parton in Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors, Circle of Love.
Not Rick Schroeder?
Ricky Schroeder.
Ooh.
He plays Dolly Parton's father in the movie.
What you got over there, Blake?
So that's different from Ricky Schroeder.
No.
No, he said it was Ricky Schroeder.
Rick Schroeder plays Dolly Parton's dad.
That's what I said?
He said Ricky Schroeder.
Yeah.
Same as Rick.
Rick and Ricky Schroeder are the same person.
Yes.
How does he play
Because Dolly Parton looks
Dolly Parton's
dirty.
dad? I don't understand.
Let me get to the IMDb page.
Not Dolly Parton playing a character and he's the dad. Dolly Parton is the character. It's a...
You're talking about Ricky Schroeder from Silver Spoons, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like in his 50s now.
And he plays Dolly Parton's
Dolly
dad.
Parton as a child's dad.
Oh, Dolly Parton as a child's
It's
dad.
it's the story
Not
of
Dolly Parton's dad in my. Okay, now I get
Yeah,
it.
no,
All right,
not
that's cool.
Dolly Parton.
So Dolly
today's
Parton doesn't
dad.
play herself.
No,
In
Okay.
it's the
2016,
story
Although
of
that would
Dolly
be pretty
Parton's
interesting if she
childhood.
did play herself.
yes, in 2016, Ricky Schroeder did not play a 133-year-old Robert Lee Parton.
Actually, I like my version better.
Well, you enjoy that in your mind.
What's your number
canon,
5,
then.
Blake?
I hobied every one.
Okay, what you got for number 5?
Through 1.
Okay.
Number 5.
Uh-huh.
Heat miser. Snow miser.
Cold miser.
Cold miser.
Ugh.
I was drinking beer when I wrote this.
It might be snow miser. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's Snow Miser. Mr. Snow Miser. That's right.
I think that's right.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Oh, okay. Number 5 for
It
you.
is not Ricky Schroeder and Dolly Parton.
Playing Cold Miser's dad.
It is Heat Miser, Snow Miser.
Okay. Number 5.
Number 5 for me is Gizmo.
Oh, I have the Gremlins on here too.
I don't have the Gremlins.
Oh, I have Gremlins.
Gizmo.
Well, spoiler. So that's my number 5 too.
The Mogwai.
Magwai.
Not a gremlin.
My number 5 is Gremlins. My number 4 is Frank Cross, Bill Murray from Scrooged.
You're a jerk.
Staple.
Because it's half of my number 4.
Yeah, put it on the board.
Ooh.
What's your number 4, Jeff?
My number 4 is Catwoman, as portrayed by Michelle Pfeiffer.
Batman Return.
Yeah.
Put Pfeiffer.
Number 4 for you, Blake.
Frank Cross
Yes.
and Phil. Bill.
Another Bill Murray character.
Granted, there was a snowstorm. That was my only qualification for Christmas.
Okay, I
movies.
I was going to say, Groundhog Day is not a...
And it's a holiday, too.
But it's not Christmas.
There was snow.
But it's his list, and he can do whatever he wants.
That's right.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying it's different.
I disagree.
Brian, what's your number 4?
All right, my number 4 is Randy Quaid as Cousin Eddie in Christmas Vacation 2, colon, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure.
That's half of my number 3.
You didn't have the second at Christmas
You
Vacation.
picked Christmas Vacation 2, Cousin Eddie's Island Adventure?
No, I picked Cousin Eddie in Clark Griswold.
No, but I didn't pick him from Christmas Vacation.
Correct. All right,
Christmas Vacation 2.
Well, you should say, yeah, it still counts, so you can steal my pick.
What's your
But I
number
put
3?
it up on the board.
My number 3 is John Voight as Jerry the dog in A Christmas Eve Miracle.
I don't know that one at all.
No one should.
He voices Jerry the dog.
Number 2, Blake.
No, we're
3.
still on 3.
We're on
Clark
3.
Griswold
Yep.
in Cousin Eddie.
That's my number 2 is Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation, the first one.
There you go.
Put it on the board. Number 2 for 3.
Number 3 for me, I have Kevin Bacon from the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
I forgot about that. That was a good one too. My number 3, my number 3 is why's the floor wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot and Todd from Christmas Vacation.
I hate
hated
Margot
them.
and Todd.
I love it.
They're the main reason I dislike that movie. Is if you remove Margot and Todd, the movie gets 1,000 times better.
My number 2 was Uncle Eddie. What's your number 2?
My
Cousin
number,
Eddie?
Cousin Eddie. Sorry, not Uncle Eddie.
well, depending on who you're
well,
talking
I guess he
to.
is Russ's uncle. Oh no, he's cousin still. Nope.
Oh yeah,
cousin.
it still would be a cousin. Yeah. Okay.
You like the hot miser and ice miser?
No. Fuck them. Fuck that. Shit.
Number 2 for me, I have Gay Perry
From what?
from Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Oh,
it
never seen
is Val Kilmer's character.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 2 for you, Blake.
Number 2 is The Grinch
Okay.
and Max.
Oh, Max.
From all versions, or
The animated,
Not
not the live version.
correct.
the animated version, the one with Benedict
Boris
Cumberbatch
Karloff.
doing the voice? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 for you.
My number 2 is James Woods as prison guard / head Viking in Robbie the Reindeer, Legend of the Lost Tribe. He plays 2 characters in this Christmas movie.
Give that guy an Oscar
2 characters.
or a floppy at least.
It's a range.
All right,
It's great.
and my number 1 is Gary Sinise as Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump.
Lieutenant Dan. Too bad it's a shitty film.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay. Number
All
1
right.
for you, Blake.
Can I go on a segue real quick?
Nope.
Yeah, I will.
Yes, you can go on a
So
segue.
I'm in a Gen X.
By that, it means you have to get up and drive around on the
On the actual
self-propelled.
Yeah, I'll wait for the sound effect because I know Jason wants to play it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I joined Gen X only club thing on Facebook because I don't get any information anymore from people.
Okay.
It's all advertisement and group shit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't see what your friends are doing anymore. But anyways, Gen X only. Anyways, the person that runs is pretty entertaining, and he goes, you know, name a movie villain who's not actually titled as a villain, but actually is in the movie, and he's got Jenny, a picture of Jenny in it, and I'm like, oh god, the hundreds of comments. I'm like, I have to dive into the comments, so I put on, you know, my full body rubber suit
From Naked Gun.
yeah, and I went into it, and holy shit, was that controversial.
About Jenny being the
Yes.
villain in Forrest Gump?
Yes.
I don't disagree.
Everything
She
from
treated him like shit until she was dying.
Exactly, and everything from, you know, it's not her fault because she was sexually abused by her father as a
Yes.
girl and all kinds. You know, but you know, other than that, you know, a lot of the stuff in there was pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
I was like, and I always bring this up and torture my wife with this information because I always tell her Jenny's evil and is like literally like a actual live reenactment in the comments of what she and I have conversations about the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty funny. But yes, good pick. I like Lieutenant Dan.
I got no legs.
I like Garrison Eaton.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream.
All right.
Number one.
Number ones, John McClane and Hans Gruber.
I don't know that movie. What is that? Is that a Christmas movie?
Is it Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
That's the one where those guys are just getting too old for that stuff, right?
Yes.
4 movies later.
Probably another one.
Anyone gone fishing?
I think I'm older now than Danny Glover wasn't filming the first.
Yeah, I love that picture going around where it's like the picture of him from the movie and says when he filmed this, he was only 40 years old and he's already too old for that shit.
Too old.
Yeah. You know, I love you see the Nakatomi Plaza like Advent countdown where you move Hans Gruber down a floor each day
Every
closer
day.
to Christmas. I almost got one of those.
I like this.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
My number one is Thurman Merman,
Okay.
the kid from Bad Santa. Who the fuck is Thurman Merman? Is that your fucking name, kid? Yes, Thurman Merman. He made him a pickle.
Not always the best comedian because I have issues with a lot of his films, but Will Ferrell played Buddy the Elf.
Yep.
Favorite in our house, Elf.
Yep.
And he plays Christmas Present with Ryan Reynolds in Spirited. It's a very entertaining musical film that I saw last year and gave a review to. Really enjoyed that one.
Wow,
It's on Netflix
Elf.
or Apple.
Buddy the Elf, number one, really?
Yeah, I love that show.
I mean, it's not even Zooey Deschanel's character, which is the only good part of the movie.
Hell yeah.
Or at least Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart's amazing. We had
About Mary Steenburgen.
I almost put Buddy on my list, but he wasn't
missed
quite
it.
as good as
I would have
As Rick Schroeder.
or James Woods playing two separate characters in one film.
We did have lots of responses here before we get to honorable mentions.
All right.
Listener Doug had Ghost of Christmas Feature played by Jim Carrey in The Christmas Carol. Stop it. Ghost of Christmas Feature in Scrooged. Ghost of Christmas Feature in The Muppets Christmas Carol. Jacob and Robert Marley, Muppet Christmas Carol. And Scrooge, Michael Caine. Michael Caine. From
he did that
Muppet
on
Christmas
purpose.
Carol. Let's hear an impression, is what he says. Michael Caine.
I'm a little disappointed with all his Christmas ghosts. He didn't pick the best ones.
Which one?
The ghost, the ones from Scrooge, Carol Kane and Buster Poindexter.
Yeah.
Buster Point. Yeah, the taxi driver wolf.
Yes,
Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666. He's not evil.
he's just handled that way.
He's my brother.
He had Ellen Griswold from Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Elliot Loudermilk from Scrooged, which is Bobcat's character. Ghost of Christmas Past, Scrooged.
Oh, there we go.
Matt Hunter from Invasion USA.
Chuck Norris,
I think it is. And Randy from A Christmas Story.
Randy.
Honorable mention, Ghost of Christmas.
Put my arms down.
Here you go. Honorable mentions, Ghost of Christmas Present, Scrooge, and Gus Polinski from Home Alone. Dev, the Psy guy, had Argyle, Sergeant Al Powell,
Ow, pow.
Holly Gennaro McLean, John McClane, and Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
Doctor Number One had Yuli, Fritz, Theo, Holly McLean, and Takagi.
No.
There you go.
Takachi.
Steve had Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movie.
Had Argyle, Carl,
Everybody's liking Argyle.
Sergeant Al Powell, Hans Gruber, and John McClane.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
I captured the zeitgeist. I don't read that shit.
Honorable mention. Every character in Long Kiss Goodnight. Let's
I need to
see.
see that one. I hear it's a good movie, and I've never seen it.
I think I saw it a long time ago, but it's been. I don't remember anything about it. Gina Davis, I think, is in it, right?
Yes.
Isn't Johnny Depp in it?
Is it?
I know it's Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. There we go.
Let's see here. We had from Nick the Gimp, Margot from Christmas Vacation, Todd,
Hated Todd and Margo.
Clark Griswold, Cousin Eddie, and Clark's boss, Frank Shirley. Kevin at Cincy Explorer had Clark
That's
Griswold,
on this handle.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me go backwards. Colin Frizzle from Love Actually.
Oh.
Scott Calvin from Santa Claus. Aunt Bethany. Oh, she was good in Christmas Vacation. Kevin McAllister and Clark Griswold.
I'll give Aunt Bethany over Todd and Margot. God, I hated it.
Kevin McAllister. Macaulay Culkin got his Hollywood Walk
Saw
of Fame
that.
star.
Oh, did he?
Reunited with his movie mom.
Yeah. Gotta say, he looks way better. Like
Than
he's
David Caruso.
Yes.
No.
But they're not, but he's not 67.
Macaulay Culkin a couple weeks ago was on Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yeah. Seems to have gotten his life together. Still also sounds like he is Kevin 10 years old with his voice, but
Is he carrying groceries?
but I was very it was nice to see like all of that.
Did you see the meme for Christmas or for Home Alone where Kevin's carrying the grocery bags, like 18 bags of groceries, and they're like, the most unrealistic thing about Home Alone is he bought all this for $17. He's got all those grocery bags. Let's see here. Brian, Canadian of the Year, had John McClane from Die Hard. Alistair Sims, Scrooge from Scrooge. Marley White from 9 Lives of Christmas. Jake Dooley from Window Wonderland. And Jim Hardy from Holiday Inn. To which Kevin at Cincy Explorer got into an argument with him and said only 4 of the 5 count. And he said, no, I think you're wrong. Holiday Inn is a Christmas movie. So there you go. And I think that's it.
Well, technically, Holiday Inn covers all holidays throughout a year.
Let's see if we're on Threads, if anybody got us from Threads.
We're on Threads?
Yeah, we're on Threads.
Oh.
I'm on Duds, not Threads. Maybe that's my problem.
I sent Old Man Brad a thread like 5 days ago, and he never responded.
God damn it. Okay, so here we go. Bad idea of the week. Trying to get someone else to pay for your wine at a gas station. That's bad idea number 919.
Well, actually, it kind of worked because they did, technically.
She did,
But she
get
ended
the
up in
wine.
jail. She ended up in jail.
With her wine.
Well, if she didn't hit him on the head with it,
That's true.
she should have just ran.
Yeah, and got into the Uber. Let's see here. Titles for the show.
Let's see. I have What Nightmares Are Made Of. Good Old Uncle Rocco. Hobie, the Gun and Knife Table. You Were the Dinosaur the Whole Time.
It's very deep.
His Soul Is Still Clean. That's What Our Mascot Tastes Like. Or would taste like. Mm-hmm. I Do Want Your Bribes.
That's a good one.
And Your Mom's Limited.
Brian?
Let's see. I had Quiet in the Green Room, Dark Black. There's a good old Uncle Rocco. The Cream of the Zit. Mussolini Giuliani. And According to the Internet.
Mussolini Giuliani is probably it, right?
I mean, we are a history podcast.
I have Ice versus Snow.
Equals cold.
No, Meth versus Coke. Equals cold. And Pocket Find. That's all I had. That's all I had. So Mussolini Giuliani?
Are you sure?
It's history.
We're allowed to use people's names for that?
Yeah, I don't know if we could. Giuliani might not like that.
Well, I mean, he is doing cameos, and like, have you seen that video floating around? So he's now hawking cameo videos, and the one is where the video is him on a golf course, and he's wearing khaki shorts that are literally 7 sizes too big. So they're like really tight at his waist where the belt is, and they go like down below his knees, and he's like doing a golf swing. Like,
Is he dwarf?
no, but he's like, book a cameo if you want to, talk to your favorite politician, or you just want to talk golf. And he does like a golf swing. Oh, it's so bad.
It is dwarf.
Oh my God, it's so bad. So like, I mean, he could use all the publicity now, Dave.
Can you get him and George Santos in a 2-for-1 deal?
Roger 60, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from
stats. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.